Good evening and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Ambry Washington.
And I'm Michael Edmondson. Thanks for joining us. We would like to start our show today by remembering Paul Dietzel, LSU's football coach who led the Tigers to their first national championship in 1958. Dietzel passed away today. He was 89. We now go live to Tiger Stadium with Tiger TV reporter Alex Cheney. We seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties, so we'll come back to our live shot in a bit.
His team lost, and if that wasn't bad enough, an Auburn student is accused of stealing a truck, kidnapping a woman, and trying to plow down a bunch of parked cars. Police arrested freshman lacrosse player Zach Burgess early Saturday morning in Tigerland. The witnesses say the truck's owner left his vehicle running with the female passenger inside, and Burgess hopped in. Authorities say Burgess crashed into at least 9 parked cars while trying to leave the parking lot. The female passenger told police Burgess held her against her will, and she had no choice but to jump out the truck to get away. Police also say Burgess told them he wanted to see what it was really like to play the video game Grand Theft Auto.
LSU students who drink on football game days could get a mark on their permanent record. No, really. Tiger TV's Annie Weldon gets the truth about underage drinking.
Underage drinking on college campuses is rising, especially on game days. The infamous tailgating atmosphere at LSU shows more problems with underage consumption on campus than ever before. If LSU students are arrested for drinking underage, all the information is forwarded to the Dean of Students Office and the Office of Advocacy and Accountability. LSU students Shantae Halliburton and Gina Nawab share their side of the story.
You're on campus, it's a university, and it's LSU football, so I mean everybody thinks drinking is the best thing, you have a good time, so I think that's probably why.
I think it happens a lot more frequently than we think it does, and it's kind of like, it's because of a lot of peer pressure, I think.
With the need to fit in and the thought that you must drink in order to have fun, underage drinking can quickly increase. Corey Lalonde, a captain and the public information officer for LSU PED, tells how different agencies and police departments patrol game days.
For football game days, we have anywhere from 300 to 400 officers on campus.
With the pressure to drink and the stereotypical thoughts ending LSU football, breaking the law may be tempting. But if students are caught, they could face severe consequences. On game day, if a minor is caught drinking outside of Tiger Stadium, they will be detained, their ID checked, and issued a summons to appear in court. For Tiger TV, I'm Annie Weldon.
For more information on game day policies, visit lsusports.net.
LSU is in the process of creating a website that will allow professors to check documents for plagiarism. Here's Brittany with the latest.
Students must think twice about plagiarizing. LSU is now in the process of trying to implement an internet-based website that allows documents to be checked for plagiarism. It's no secret that the internet has made it easier for students to plagiarize. But with LSU Politeen Turnitin, a web service that compares documents against a huge database of digital content, articles, and other references, students must be aware of plagiarizing. Although Turnitin isn't yet university-wide, what does administration encourage professors to do to catch plagiarism? And how do professors monitor plagiarism if they aren't using it at all?
We've learned from faculty members at other universities who have used this software that Turnitin.com can be a very valuable learning tool for students. It gives students the opportunity to run their papers through the software and look for whether there are too many similarities between their papers and other sources out there. Well, it's great for students to come in and talk with a professor about that and learn about plagiarism that way. Not all students feel comfortable doing that. Not all students have the time to do that. So having the software is another tool for students to be able to look at that and learn on their own time.
At the moment, I don't use Turnitin, but instead what I do is, as I read through assignments, I look for differences in writing style, I look for differences in formatting, I look for phrases that seem like the student may not know but is talking about without citing, and generally with a Google search I can determine if there's any plagiarism.
Reporting for LSU's Tiger TV, I'm Brittany Jones.
To learn more about Turnitin, go to www.turnitin.com. We now go live to Tiger Stadium with Alex Cheney to give us more information about Dietzel's passing.
Passing of former LSU head coach Paul Dietzel. In 1958, he led the Tigers to the national championship and has a great respect from all LSU head coaches here on campus. Les Miles even tweeted in his respect for the coach today. You can hear more about this from the OT on Sports Showtime at 6 p.m. Thank you. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alex. Coming up after the break, Tiger TV weatherman Jake Robles will tell us when we will finally be able to get rid of our umbrellas.
Stay with us.
Good evening, LSU. I'm Jake Robles, and this is the weather. This morning was wet and dreary, and as the afternoon went on, it got a little better, but not by much. The chance of rain all day has been around 50%, with the temperature of highs of 88 degrees. But for tonight's forecast, the chance of rain will drop to 30%, so it'll be a little less wet, and temperatures will drop to 70 degrees. So keep that in mind if you decide to go out tonight. And as for tomorrow, there is almost no need for an umbrella. Finally, the chance of rain will only be 10%. You can finally say hello to Mr. Sunshine again, with mostly sunny skies and a few clouds coming in here and there. This is a nice change considering we have been having continued rainfall since Friday. That being said, the temperature will go up a little to 90 degrees, but will feel hotter than that due to the increased humidity. Once the sun sets tomorrow, the low for the evening will be 64 degrees, which should feel cool. Now to your 5-day forecast. Rainy day today with hump day onwards, giving us a super nice sunny sky and some partly cloudy weather. The temperature highs will be in the high 80s and the lows will probably stay in the 60s. If you have any weekend plans, it should feel good and you shouldn't have to worry about rain like last weekend. The chance of rain Friday and Saturday is only 20%. If any showers do break through, they'll be very brief and mostly unnoticing. With this in mind, if you plan on staying around Baton Rouge to watch the Georgia game, it should be perfect weather for a Bulldog barbecue. And that is all I have for you today, so don't forget to check Tiger TV for your up-to-date campus weather report every day. I am Jake Robles. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jake. Keep watching for our global segment with Lindsay Palega as she tells us more about the disasters impacting various countries around the world.
Don't go away.
Welcome to this week's Newsbeat. I'm Lindsay Palega with your global segment. Our thoughts here go out to all of those affected by the vast amount of somber events that occurred this past week. Mexico has been hit with tropical storms on both coasts. The country has suffered at least 80 known deaths, as well as damage to 35,000 homes. Thousands of tourists have been stranded at a popular resort that was hit particularly hard. Across the globe, Typhoon Usagi, meaning rabbit in Japanese, hit the coast of southern China. So far, at least 25 people have been reported dead. Hundreds of thousands of people were forced to relocate, along with the cancellation of many flights. In the Philippines, the storm has rendered 3 missing and 2 dead. In Taiwan, at least 9 are known to have been injured. Yesterday in Pakistan, 81 people were killed in a suicide bombing in a Protestant church. The attack took place at the conclusion of a 500-person service. 120 people were wounded, 10 of them being in critical condition. Only 3% of the country's population is of the Christian faith, but they are not the only minorities being targeted by militant groups. Then there is the chilling standoff between Kenyan forces and terrorists at a shopping mall in Kenya. The attack began midday Saturday, and at least 62 people have died. As of last night, several gunmen and possible hostages were thought to remain inside the mall, but a sweep done today will tell us more. Throughout the day yesterday, gunfire was aimed at journalists and aid workers, and a fire set by the terrorists continued to burn on. The group behind the attacks is known as the Al-Shahab. Their Twitter account released a list of 9 people supposedly among the attackers before it was suspended. These people are said to come from the U.S., Somalia, Canada, Finland, Kenya, and the United Kingdom. As of now, none of this information has been confirmed. The terrorist group has claimed to have targeted non-Muslims and in the attacks took hostages without negotiation. Those dead include many Kenyans, 2 Indians, 2 Canadians, including a diplomat, 2 French citizens, and 6 British citizens. More than 175 have been wounded, 5 of them being Americans. That's all for today. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Lindsay. That's all the time we have for Newsbeat today. You can catch our full shows online live at tigertv.tv or on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to check our Twitter and Facebook for the latest.
From all of us at Newsbeat, thanks for joining us and have a great evening.